With that one, so I kind of did a poll recently about that, where I was asking women, people period, I would say, do you prefer to have a spouse, boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, with no children, or children with no spouse, no boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. It seemed like most women that I asked said that they wanted children more than they wanted a partner. It sounded like. And it also sounded like men prefer their partner than children. I'm not sure how consistent that is. So I guess we're going to find out today.
All right.
What y'all thinking?
Well, I don't know. Who's going first?
We can go this way.
Oh, me?
You can go
Alright, cool.
first.
I don't know.
You're right.
You can get it together. Go on.
Yeah.
What you think? What do you prefer?
What I prefer or what I see?
What you prefer? We're talking about you, bro.
Yeah, you personally.
Yeah. I prefer to be in a family.
Okay, but you got to make a choice though.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer to have a wife.
With no children.
Huh?
If that was the only option, wife, no kids, or kids, no wife.
Right.
Tough one, huh?
It is tough.
It ain't tough for me.
That's the hard
We
one.
can't adopt.
But I know what I was saying.
I don't know. We can't adopt no kids.
No, bro.
Just like-
Adoption don't exist.
Not in this book. Not in
Yeah,
this
that's I found a
We all
loophole.
have. I think we all have an ideal situation.
Right.
My ideal situation is a husband and kids.
Okay.
Right.
That's
Right.
ideal.
No, for sure.
Your whole
If I had
package.
to choose, if I
Right.
had to choose between, kids, husband,
Yeah.
I'm choosing kids because I want to be a mom.
Yes.
More than you want to be a wife.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's hard. No, I'm saying it like that because
Because that's what
it's a hard question
it
to
is.
answer.
It is.
Well,
But I know for a fact that I want to be a mom.
Dang, that's actually a hard
And
one.
if I don't end up finding my husband,
Yeah.
I still want to be a mom.
A mom. Okay.
Right.
I know that for a fact.
Okay.
A lot to say. But
Okay.
That's true.
That is
That's-
a very. I kind
I feel
of.
like you let something off just then.
I had that conversation with a girl.
I know that was a
recently.
lot. It was like
Right.
a load.
It's
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's
by saying that, you're implying a lot of other shit, right? Because you just told me what your priorities are, right? And if I'm interested in you and I'm a man, you now told me like what matters most to you, right?
But yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't want that to seem like my priority would not be my husband.
No, that's what it sounded like.
No, because he ain't even in the picture. She
But
chose kids.
this is if I have a
Yeah.
choice between a husband and a
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if I have a choice, if I have a husband, I would love to have somebody to spend the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put them down on the priority list because we have a family together.
Okay.
I don't see.
I mean, it sounds like
doing that. I know it sounded that way, but that's if I have a choice between the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
feel
if
that.
she could have both, she would do her best in both aspects.
To hold them both
to hold them both equally,
Okay.
like is my equal priority.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay.
So it seems
So-
like I'm saying husband out.
Right, because with this question, that means okay. Let's say
no
you do
gray.
have both, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have one kid. Let's say, and whatever and you've been married to your husband for 5 years, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The way you answer this question, now if I pose you, would you rather continue your life with only your child or continue your life with only your husband? How would you proceed? You just told me you choose your
If
kids.
you had to choose, okay. So you're saying if I had to choose,
Yeah.
with
Your kid's gonna leave you.
Right. Now, granted, this is a
if I
different
already have
question.
kids, and I don't have kids already.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't have like
She's
a child
yours.
that I don't have a child that I have
Right,
on my
right.
own.
I get
But
that. So granted, this is a different flavor of that same question, but the first would kind of imply the second, right? Depending on what your answer is.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I see what
And so the second is a little more, it's much more like, wow, because you have them both and now you have to choose which one you're willing to live without.
Just kill me.
Right.
But yeah, it's hard to say that because I don't want anybody, like say I'm going in this relationship and if somehow they find out, hey, I heard that you want kids over a husband. So where does that leave me?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anybody to feel like I wouldn't put them up here.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when I love hard.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna love both of y'all hard.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's hard.
It is. It's hard. But
like
I think Dayon got something different to say.
No, I prefer kids.
You prefer to Sharon's?
Husbands
This is
and men.
no conversation included.
Men are a hassle.
Yeah.
Kids are a hassle, but you love them regardless.
Yeah. And
It's
you the only
unconditional.
mom, right?
Right, and they love you back. Like you always gonna have your kids.
This is true.
I mean,
Ooh,
you know.
okay, so this
Like, I mean, unless they grow up and turn into jackasses.
which is a strong possibility.
is
Or
a
serial
possibility.
killers.
This is true.
That can happen.
Right, and so
Yeah.
like from the male perspective, well, my perspective, I won't speak for all men. I'll choose my wife because I think that first I would say that I don't know no kids, and like
I don't want any kids.
and romantically speaking, you go your life searching for your one, and when you find them, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna want to look for another one.
Right.
And also, I feel like having kids, I think about how much time I spend with my mom right now. I live in a different state,
Yeah.
right? And so I feel like choosing your kids, once they turn 13, they're gonna become like little jerks. You know what I'm saying? They go through their little puberty stage.
Right.
And then you see them grow and graduate, and then they leave. And then it's just you.
Right. Oh.
But see, like when you put it like that, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want. That's hard.
Yeah, like in life, as a growing up, you want that soulmate or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dang, I totally lost. I had a good one too.
Did you?
I don't know.
What you think, Mark?
Yeah, I would agree with y'all guys, man.
You agree with me?
Nah, definitely, brother. I think
You choose
that
a wife?
yeah, a wife, man.
Okay.
A wife. I think that having a wife is just important, man.
Yeah.
Because like wives, like they'll support you through like your endeavors in life and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important to have like a partner who like sharpens you as you like go through this like existence. Like kids are cool as far as like sharpening them, but when you have like another partner that's gonna help sharpen you through whatever. And then I can feel like I have like a bunch of nieces and nephews, and so if I want to have that. I guess I don't know what it's called. Women is called maternal. I don't know paternal. I guess for men.
Paternal with the P.
If I want to have that paternal feeling, bro, honestly, I would just like be more involved in like maybe like more youth activities or something like that. Yeah, like
I guess that's kind of cheating.
like more. I guess that's cheating, but
That's kinda
I guess what I'm saying, like if I want to like have that kind of like that sense of like helping usher in like the newness of like the world or something like that,
Yeah,
I
you
can get
can
that
get
from
that.
somewhere else.
Okay.
But like finding like that partner and when we say like wife or spouse, I'm looking at it from like the most healthiest perspective, as if like this is a person that like compliments you, nourishes you, and that whole nine.
Yeah.
Or when I look at kids, I'm looking at it like these are like my kids, these are like my darlings, these are my whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely a wife that like nourishes, man, and like helps like push me through life, man, and just somebody I can like hang with and like go on a dope adventure with, bro, and just like just have a kick ass time,
friend,
dog.
a partner, bro.
Yeah, man, a partner in crime, bro, and
That
just
is
like
true,
vibe
though.
out, man. Like,
Yeah.
like
So
I
I
think
never
that's
gave
cool.
an
Sounds nice.
answer.
What you think, Justin?
I choose the wife.
Here we are, bro.
Cause well, no, the kids gonna grow up and leave your ass, and they ain't gonna never come back.
Oh,
Exactly.
but then who's gonna take care of you? They're gonna be younger than you. They could take care of
It gets deep.
you. Your old ass wife gonna be.
Both of y'all need to
Both
take
of y'all
care.
gonna be old.
Change other things.
Right,
Nah,
right.
My turn.
we gonna die together. We just gonna boom, and that's
In the
it.
notebook, nigga.
I was gonna say.
Right. Yeah, because I'm getting
think
the
about
older
it
I
like
get, it's kind of like, dang, I'm getting older and I kind of want some more kids, but I ain't got no man, so it's like, dang. Hey,
Interesting.
yo, let me use some sperm. The baby.
I've been feeling that way for a while. Like,
Right,
Really?
like our bodies are
and
not
I've
gonna
talked to
wait.
people about that. Like, listen, I feel like if I want a husband. I know that.
Ideally
I want to be a
speaking.
wife.
Yeah,
I know I
me
want
too.
to spend the rest of my life with somebody and have that soulmate. But if
If.
that does not happen,
What's up?
I still want to be a mother.
Okay.
Right.
Do you think that has something to do with like we've had a lot of practice being someone's significant other? Like we've dated a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, been in like situationships or whatever. We have a lot of experience in that category. But the experience and the practice you get having an offspring is much more limited. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
With
Like
what?
for men or for
For
No,
men
for
preferring
people
a
in
wife?
general, or like let's say for you, you know what it's like to have a boyfriend. You don't know what it's like to have kids because you don't have any. Do you think that has something to do with why it seems to be a little bit more of a priority?
That's a good
You
one.
just want to know how it feels.
Yeah, because you have no idea how much it sucks.
But once you feel it, I feel like once y'all have kids,
yeah,
y'all would be like, shit. Like the kind of
It'll
love,
change.
you might.
No
Yes.
other love.
it's different.
I mean, and like if I feel this way having a niece, I can imagine how I'm gonna feel when I have
Right.
Same.
a child.
Yeah,
Same.
Because it's no other. There's no
Yeah.
love that can explain. You know,
For
words
sure
that can
can.
explain.
Right.
So I'm like, if I feel like this is a miracle, how
You have your
You
own.
know, I'm like,
I know you gonna be.
Well,
You're not gonna play. You're not gonna play by show.
Yeah.
no,
a mom.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's a good question.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's why.
I don't know either. And I mean, maybe that could be the reason why most men say that they would choose their
Because
wives.
there are a lot of women that don't
Because
want
they don't have kids yet.
and don't
That is
want
true.
to have.
That is
So
true.
I guess that.
Right.
But it's like I will say that it seems like y'all kind of have practice. Well, granted, Dan, you have kids already, but
Yeah.
before y'all have kids, y'all have practice
Like nurturing.
imagining what it's like to nurture children. You know what I'm saying? Like putting yourself in a position of like going through childbirth and like having something that you made. And like that's why you have a lot of women that seem to be already committed and in love with children that don't exist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you go through childhood like imagining these feelings and like, you know what I'm saying, practicing these thoughts with imaginary babies that don't exist. And so by the time you have one, you're like,
You're kind
I've
of
known you
this is
forever.
right.
Yeah,
I've known
yeah.
you my whole life.
Yeah.
And here you are mine.
You're brought
yeah.
up to nurture.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we learn to do. Just like I said, even with dogs, like we're brought up.
Right.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Right, 100%. And so once it happens, you know what I'm saying, y'all look, I know my mom is, she don't play by this one.
Yeah.
I bet
Today,
she
yeah,
does.
yeah.
I'm grown as hell, bro.
You the baby,
like,
right?
well, you can chill, y'all the baby, bro.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
So, you know, mom, she ain't, even now, you're like, I need to come to your job, like, mom, I'm grown as hell.
Right.
Nah, right.
That's it. What's that? Do I need to come on down? Like, what? And do what, mom?
She embarrassed the hell out of me.
Do this.
Hey, we grown, bro.
Okay.
I'd be like, yeah, mom, I might, what I should say?
Yeah. It's,
That's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
so I don't know. Maybe it's the practice. But I mean, I can't answer that question right now. I will say that I have asked men who have children, and for the most part, they say that they would still choose their wife.
Get them little bitches
With
up.
the kids.
Right? They were like, hey, real talk. I asked one dude like, listen, I got 2 kids. If they both die today, tomorrow I can make 2 more to look just like them.
That
Straight
is
up.
true though. I feel like nobody can replace your significant other. Like even I don't want to sound bad, but like if your mom or dad died, like you don't want that to happen. You love them,
No,
like
no,
oh my
easy.
god. But like it's still a certain place that your significant other just holds. Like if you lost them, it would be a little bit. I don't know. It would hurt like bad, but like
Yeah.
a whole nother different kind of bad.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
I
It's
feel
a
you.
different
I'm not
kind
saying
of
you
love,
could choose
right?
between your mom or your significant other, but nobody else could really take either of their places. But I don't know. I don't know.
It is. It's a weird like trying to imagine like
I
the
feel
different
that.
flavors of love. I
Yeah,
said
like your
flavors of
mom
love, Lord
can
Jesus.
hug you if it
Flavors of
happens.
love.
Flavors of love, but I think there are flavors of love, like your friends, your significant other, your parents,
Flavors of love.
and like everybody kind of has their own strong avenue that you can't replace. Like you can never replace your mother.
Right,
But
right.
that doesn't mean you couldn't love your wife as much as your mother.
Right.
It's just a different flavor.
Nah,
Right.
for sure.
It's like same thing with kids, right? So when you're comparing like the flavor of kids with the flavor of a significant other,
Right.
it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw something on Facebook where I don't know if it's real or not, but it said that this guy, basically his wife, he had to choose between his wife and his unborn child. Wow.
Oh, yeah, 'cause she was having-
either you have to choose.
Yeah.
Either it's gonna be your child or it's gonna be your wife.
Mm-hmm. You can't have
You
both.
gotta choose the
And,
life, bro.
and a lot of times when I look at comments. When I looked at the comments, the women were like, "Choose my child," and
Right.
the men were like, "We can have another child."
Easy.
right.
Yeah,
And I was, it was
yeah,
interesting
yeah.
to me to see
Yeah.
the difference between what everybody was saying. And
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Right.
That's, oh my God. Okay. And it sounds like sometimes women would assume that their husband would know to choose the child for them. Like,
They
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
no.
No,
Right, but niggas like, nah,
Baby.
you
hold on, look at me.
You coming home.
You coming home, right? We can try this again.
You coming home. You
And that's
coming
how I
home.
feel.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. As the woman, bitch, you better choose me. I mean, this baby gonna go straight to heaven.
It's all
I think that's what
right.
she
We'll see when we get there.
Yeah,
But
we'll
the thing
see.
is, that makes me think, and that kind of puts me specifically in like
Yeah.
a more spiritual line, because when I see consistencies like that, to me it says design, right? And it makes me think that we have been constructed to think this way. Like the man takes care of his wife and the wife takes care of our children.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's hard to deny it, bro. I mean, I'm not, I don't want to push any type of like theology on anybody, but I think that that's on purpose. That's not a coincidence.
It
That
is.
men
They
are
controlling
so,
us, dog.
Right. We're so protective over our wife, and that our wives tend to be so protective of our children. Like it's a clear, like it's a line, bro.
Nah,
I'm
easy.
talking about hundreds of comments, and it was the same thing.
Same thing.
For the men.
It's so consistent. You can't ignore that. And so I'm curious to know, like, where is, is that some type of design? What does that say about us as human beings?
Dang, dog. That's like a whole that's like religion.
Yeah, to some extent, right?
Like everything, like even the way we're taught in school, like school and stuff, that could be a religion. Like anything that's, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
a
man.
whole nother different conversation.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Religion is so like,
We're on the same page.
I grew up Christian, so it's
Yeah.
what I've known.
Right.
I'm not being blasphemous, but I don't feel like because someone calls God Allah or Buddha or what all the other different names, I don't think that he will say, "Oh, you're gonna go to hell because you don't call me Jesus or you don't call me."
Yeah.
You got different parables in your Bible,
Everybody is worshiping
right? God, He made us
whatever
all.
they call him.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
they
just
were.
in different. Well, most of the time, it's in different.
Right,
They just
right.
worship in different ways. And they
As
have
long as you're
different
showing
rules.
love
Yeah.
and being positive, you know.
I mean, I posted that like last week, like the
Really?
different religions and like the commonality.
Oh yeah, I
It's
seen
so
that.
common.
Yeah, that was a good one,
It's
bro.
just different
I think
names. and-
people worship on whatever they're taught.
Right.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly. And you
Yeah.
can't be penalized for being born in a specific country.
It don't make sense.
Like you're
right?
not gonna go to hell because you're Muslim just because.
That's all you know, right?
Right.
That's all you know.
Like how what if y'all's is the right one and ours wrong? We
Right,
really
you
was
think
we
about
going to
how
hell.
we've been raised by one
Right.
thing, and it's 50,000 other ways.
Right.
And,
You're not gonna study all of them.
God is energy, yeah.
Those Christian people over there.
Right,
True
right,
that.
right.
True that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they make up this thing in church where God's gonna come back after everybody has heard about Jesus specifically. Did they say that in y'all church growing up?
Nah,
I
never.
didn't
Like
hear that.
that's when he would come back once everybody has had a chance to confess
Oh,
him.
that's when he's
even
gonna-
other over in different countries that don't
Oh,
even speak
boy.
English.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, and I really used to believe that stuff. I grew up in life being scared as fuck. Like everything
Right,
I
to
did, I
not
think I'm
believe.
going to hell.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Like I just was
Don't let me
scared.
question because I'm going to hell
I
for
lived in
questioning.
fear.
Yeah.
Scared of God. I mean, you shouldn't be scared of God.
I think in the black community,
Right.
yeah,
So cool.
nah, it's just I think that even in religion, even when you brought up, it's always the ultimate sacrifice. Like you believe this or you die.
No, you
Right.
die.
If you stay with your mama, if you can't wash the dishes, you get the fuck out the house.
Right.
Yeah, so it's always this like ultimate sacrifice, and
You either wait or get the
and like I study advertising from like a graphic designer standpoint. And,
Yeah.
Graphic design.
Oh yeah. I need you.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy.
Oh yeah.
That's the guy.
But
Oh my God.
But yeah, one of the most powerful ways to run a campaign is to play on people's emotions.
Absolutely. We talked about this.
So like you can take somebody and make them feel a certain way, they'll stick with you no matter what. Apple makes people feel like they're uppity or cool or hip. So people buy Apple even if Android is more advanced.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
They got me.
Like so you buy Jordans, you feel like you the shit. I mean,
Right,
you
right.
know, I'm an Apple fan, but I'm really not a Jordan fan. You know?
Yeah.
I'm more of a LeBron guy, but you know,
Interesting point, bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
as long as like they can play on your emotions, make you feel a certain way, they can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
Says the creators.
Yeah,
of
religion is kind of
Yeah.
taking it's a very interesting approach, and like that's for me that's a big conversation. And I have my own journey in that aspect, but I can say that it has grown roots, thick roots in our society, and a lot of times we base things off of religious based traditions that we know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? That we just
The real story.
right. We just
Yeah.
passed down through word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Your mama taught you, your granddaddy said it, and so it must be whatever.
Right.
And you're frightened to think otherwise because you don't want to burn for the rest of your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Dang, for real. Falling.
Fear is a strong motivator,
Yeah.
right? It's and right. And so I don't know where that's going in the future for mankind, but I'm interested to see.